Hey, it's Robert here from robertcbrown.online. I hope you're having a spectacular day wherever you are in the world today. Now, today's video is all about the 10 habits of all successful people. So, if you're not already successful and you really want to be successful, you're going to want to stick around to the end of this video. And if you do stick around to the end of the video, I'm going to point you towards some more resources in order to help you along on your journey. So firstly, all successful people, certainly all super successful people, one of the first things they learn to do on their road to the success that they now have is they learn to take responsibility for everything that shows up in their reality, in their life experience. It's no good blaming the weather, blaming the government, blaming the economy, blaming everything external to you. Take a good look at everything in your life right now that you're not happy about. And I think you'll find that in some way, shape or form, the mitigating factor in every situation is you. And incidentally, you are the only thing that you have really got control over. So you need to start realizing that, accepting it, embracing it, and then move forward with a commitment to accepting responsibility for everything that shows up, especially if you don't like it. Because if you're responsible for it showing up, even if you don't like it, it empowers you. Why? Because if you created it in a way you don't like, you can recreate it in a way you do like. So step one is the cornerstone of all personal development. Accept responsibility. And next, almost to a person, super successful people set goals. They've got a proven process to go through, which takes them from where they are to where they want to go. It's a roadmap, if you will. Nothing is left to chance. They work out what they want. They take a look at where they are. They look at the milestones in between, and then they set goals. Realistic goals that are time bound, so that they can make incremental steps towards that which they want. In contrast to that, it would appear that people that fail to succeed on the level that they wish to generally don't set goals. It's no accident that all of the high achievers you'll come across in some way, shape or form set goals. I myself set SMART goals. And I'm going to talk to you more about SMART goals at the end of this video, because I've got a little gift for you if you stick around to the end. But if you're not setting goals right now, you need to start right now. And if you are setting goals, but they're not working, you're not manifesting anything, you're not creating anything, or achieving any of your goals, then perhaps you need to revisit the system you're using. So again, stick around to the end of this video. I'm going to help you get that handled. Next, all really successful people recognize the importance of mastering self-discipline, of being able to get yourself to do what needs to be done when it needs to be done. The art of not procrastinating. The art of working smart instead of hard. So in other words, tackling the big things first in your day, so the rest of the day becomes fun. Dealing with the things that you really would rather put off to another time. Dealing with those first. So having the courage to face those obstacles and deal with them first sets you up for a great day, and also kind of strengthens that muscle of self-discipline. Because in order to be super successful, you need to find it in you to keep getting up, stepping up, and playing your game, even when it's going against you. When other people fail to show up or look for excuses to opt out, you need to step up and play your game. And eventually, things will come round back into your favour. But it takes persistence and it takes self-discipline. The question is, have you got what it takes when it comes to self-discipline? Be honest with yourself. If you don't feel that you're disciplined right now, perhaps right now would be a good time for you to make a decision to get that handled, don't you think? Remember this, winners are very strong in the area of self-discipline. If you wish to be a winner, then you have to commit to yourself that you are going to get self-discipline down. Another thing that really super successful people understand is the be, do, have equation, that formula. That you have to become that person which will enable you to do the things that that person would do, which then creates the outcome that a person like that would achieve. So what I mean is that they understand that they have to invest in their own personal development, and it's an ongoing thing. It's a choice for life. It really is about growing in to the person that can create firstly, and then handle the success that you want for yourself right now. You will only ever grow out as far, for instance, as your self-image will allow. So right now, how do you feel about yourself? Do you feel like a winner right now? Do you lack confidence? Do you have doubts? You see, whatever is your primary emotion, when I ask you this question, is what you're going to be focusing on, and what you focus on expands and you get more of it. So you really, if you find yourself in a place where you are not completely empowered to be, do and have all that you want from life, then you need to invest some time in reading, listening and watching personal development stuff and spiritual growth stuff. Get all of the dots connected, and your life will work on a much smoother, frictionless plane. And you get a lot more of what you want from life with far less effort. Something that I've been saying for years, and I'll never change it because I truly believe it to be absolutely true for every one of us. The greatest investment you will ever make is the investment you make in yourself. So make that investment. Not necessarily a financial investment of any level really, but just even a time investment. Go look for the information that will help you be more as a person, that will position you at a place in life where you can achieve more. It all starts with you making a conscious choice to put the work in on yourself. Because ultimately, everything out there, the world that you perceive, is only a mirror image of what's going on inside. So work on you. Worry less about everything out there. Do the work on you, and everything out there will take care of itself. And another habit of super successful people is they are voracious readers. They read an awful lot of books. and they listen to a lot of audiobooks. I myself read lots and lots of books every year. Normally, most of the time anyway, I get them through Kindle. And I also listen to Audible. So I download the audiobooks. So I turn my car into a virtual university. You know, as I'm driving, wherever I'm driving, I've got personal development and spiritual growth material on. And business material, because I love that stuff too. Anything that is around the subject of business and growing businesses, I'm very, very passionate about as well, and very, very interested. I love all that stuff. But I've got that stuff going on all of the time. So I'm learning literally all of the time. Now, occasionally it's good to have a break, because your brain is like a sponge, and eventually when it's full, you won't absorb any more. So you need to give it a break. Have a break from all things personal development and just do your thing and then come back to it. It's like going to the gym. If you train every day, if you work the same muscle every single day, day after day, you're just going to be sore all of the time, and you won't recover, and you'll get no muscle growth. It's the same with your brain. Work it, work it, work it, work it, rest. Work it, work it, work it, rest. It's in the rest period that you clear out the stuff you don't need and prepare to bring some more stuff in, and you prepare for more growth, okay? That's the way it works. But if you don't read regularly right now, certainly personal development stuff, if you don't read stuff to improve yourself right now and listen to audiobooks, then tut, you need to get that handled now. You are the most important thing in your life. Everything else you worry about is external to you, right? Take you out of it, none of it matters anymore. Agreed? So come on. You're worth it. Do the work on yourself. Make the commitment. Start reading today. Start listening to audiobooks today. If you want to be successful, if you want to be a winner, these are the things you've got to commit to starting now. And next, they all manage their time extremely well. They understand that time is your most precious asset, and they do not give their time away lightly. Their time is always spent on the highest income producing, most valuable tasks they can be doing. And if anything can be done by somebody else, they delegate. And you need to do the same. If your time management is currently not really managed and is letting you down, if your days are a bit of a mess and you have no structure, then you need to get that handled. I'm reminded of something I learned years and years ago. There is never enough time to do everything, but there is always enough time to do the important things. So you need to have a time management system in place. If you don't know what to do or where to go to get that handled, I've got you covered. Stick with me to the end of the video and I'll tell you all about it. And in order to be a high achiever and a super successful person, you need to be willing to take risks. Hey, the reality is life is risky, right? You need to be able to take the occasional risk. Show me anybody that ever succeeded at a dramatically high level at anything who didn't actually at some stage take a massive risk or two. You know what? Life is dangerous, okay? Life is hard. To quote Jim Rohn, if you want to know how hard it is, well, you're not getting out alive. So it seems silly to play safe, to have a safety net approach to everything you do in life. And it's certainly not the way that high achievers think. It's the way I used to think for many, many years. I called myself Mr. Safety Net. I always needed to know that I had a way back if it didn't work out. The problem was that actually meant I was already focusing on the potential of failure before I even got started. And the result of that was failure after failure after failure. It doesn't work. You need to take risks. You need to be clear on what it is that you want. You want to be passionate about getting there. And you want to be committed to doing whatever it takes. You must never ever sit there contemplating failure and how you get out of things. Be committed to success. See only success, and success will show up. So whatever you do, if you want to be one of the super successful, you need to find the courage to take risks, because they will separate you from the also-rans in life and business. Super successful people also go through a staggering reframe when it comes to things like failure and setbacks. The super successful people will always look at failure and setbacks as taking one step forward towards their end goal. What do I mean? Well, essentially it's a case of, instead of looking at it as something that's incredibly negative, they look at it as a positive, because they kind of have this attitude of, well, we've identified another way it won't work, which moves us one step closer to the way that will. In much the same way that Edison did when he came up with a light bulb. A failure isn't a failure until you give up. A failure is only a lesson. It's a lesson. In fact, I much prefer we call them lessons. Painful lessons are often the best teachers. But you need to reframe stuff like that, so that rather than demoralizing and demotivating you, what you see as a failure right now excites you, because it's moving you one step closer to your end goal and the achievement of that goal. It's a critical difference in the way of looking at life in general. It's kind of glass half full, glass half empty. The question is, which are you right now? And another character trait of the super successful is they are committed to always finding a way to win, no matter what life throws at them. They have a commitment to do whatever it takes to realize their ambition or their goal. And that is tremendously powerful when you can get to a place where you aren't entertaining the thought of failure or giving up or being beaten. When all you ever see from challenges is a way to step forward in the direction of your ultimate goal. When your ability to reframe that stuff is more powerful than your desire to shrink up into a small ball and give up, then you become an unstoppable force. And super successful people realize this. You don't take your eye off the ball. You stay focused on what it is you want. You have a burning desire to get there and a commitment to do whatever the heck it takes to make it happen. And if you can do that, then I don't know what stops you from being, doing and having just about anything you want for yourself. And you can start today, by the way. And finally, if you truly, on a deep inner level, want to reach the ranks of the super successful, you need to understand that you should be doing something you absolutely love. Something that's aligned with who you are on the inside. Something that you're passionate about. Something perhaps that you would do for absolutely no money whatsoever. Just because you love it, it makes you feel good, and it creates massive value for other people. You see, the importance of this lies in the fact that, as I've alluded to earlier, life ain't simple. Sometimes life throws you a curveball. It's tidal. The tide comes in, it goes out. Okay, what goes up must come down. It's that. You see, when the tide goes out, what's going to keep you going? Well, nothing if you're not passionate about things. When things get tough, the first thing you're going to look for is the door. The only thing that's going to keep you in the game is if you love it and you're committed to it. It's what your life's about. Now, I'm not saying that every super successful person that's ever graced this earth has had their success from doing what they love, but predominantly, yes. Not all, but most. You see, it's almost like supercharging things. When you're aligned with purpose, when you're on purpose and you've got clarity about everything and passion, you become incredibly powerful as a creator. Incredibly powerful. I mean, you really can create anything you desire in life. Perhaps you don't believe this yet, but hopefully you'll discover this to be true. But I would always say to you that when you're looking to become successful in life, maybe you're thinking about starting a business, start with what you love. Start with who you are. Start with what you do for nothing if you had to. And still have joy in your heart because you're doing it. And you'll be on the right track. Alright, so that's it from me today. I hope you've really enjoyed this video, but I'm going to wrap it up now because I could go on and on and on, to be quite honest with you. Now, I did promise that I had a few goodies for those of you who've stayed till the end, and I'm going to let you have those or access to those in a second. But before I get to that, I've gone through the 10 habits of all successful people, but there is another habit that an awful lot of really successful people lean on heavily, and that is the habit of meditation. I alluded to it earlier in the video that it's really, really important to give your brain a rest sometimes and to clear out that which you don't need to make room for that which is of value to you moving forward. Meditation is a staggeringly good tool to get this accomplished. So I would also urge you, if you don't already, to start meditating. Maybe 15 minutes in the morning, 15 minutes in the afternoon, and 15 minutes in the evening. It will change your life. I'm going to pop a link on this page to a resource page where you can get 4 free gifts from me. Okay, now you can download 1 of them, 2 of them, 3 of them, or all of them. I don't care. If you need all 4, take all 4 with my blessings and put them to work in your life and your business, and they will change things for the better dramatically and very, very quickly. We have the Abundance Meditation. You can download that. We have the Report for High Achievers and the Habits of High Achievers. We also have the Time Matrix Management System for you as well, and my Smart Goal Setting Workshop, which is a condensed version of a workshop I've done in a live environment. They are all standalone, very powerful tools. Together as a unit, they can change your world, I promise you. So links should be just below this video, and go get them. Go get them. Get 1 or get all. It doesn't matter to me. All that matters to me is that you take them and you work with them and you see some results show up in your life, because you're worth it, and I want that for you. Okay, so that's it from me. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I'm going to wrap up. The only thing left for me to say is that if you do want more support and resources, get across to my website, which is robertcbrown.online. robertcbrown.online. Get on my email list over there and join my community of like-minded folks who are all committed to personal development and spiritual growth and to making a positive difference to this planet of ours. And if that's you, I'll be really, really happy to see you there too. Okay, so that's it from me. Hope it's been of value. Take care. See you soon. Bye-bye.